guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And Darwin Nunez, the Benfica striker who scored actually a hat-trick against Liverpool, but two of his goals were disallowed for marginal offside, is linked once again with Liverpool. And Fabrizio Romano shared a massive update on the Liverpool target Darwin Nunez, and we will talk all in detail about what kind of striker he is, what he could bring to Liverpool. Let me know in the comments below, do you want Liverpool to sign Darwin Nunez in the summer, or do you still want to keep Salah, Mane and Firmino at the club? Firmino was also brilliant yesterday, scored two great goals. But Darwin Nunez, I can't remember the last time I've seen a striker who pretty much scored every single chance that he got against Liverpool at Anfield. He had 3 chances and scored 3 goals, absolutely clinical finishing. And it's probably not only his fault that 2 of his goals were offside, but he was honestly unplayable. He was absolutely brilliant, and he's only 22 years old and he has a brilliant future ahead of him. Fabrizio Romano shared some very interesting things on his transfer plans, but right now Darwin Nunez is one of the hottest strikers in world football. Not only does he have 24 goals in 24 games in the Portuguese league, you might dismiss that, okay, that's the Portuguese league. He has 6 goals in 10 matches in the Champions League. That's similar to the goal scoring level of Erling Haaland or Kylian Mbappe. I'm not saying, of course, that Darwin Nunez is on the same level, but he has the potential to become one of the greatest elite strikers in world football, and he has that hunger and that intensity that would perfectly fit into Liverpool. He actually looked a Liverpool style of player playing for Benfica, honestly, yesterday. The way he moved, the high pressing that he did, his passion, his energy, his intensity. And Liverpool are all about intensity under Jurgen Klopp. So in all competitions, Darwin Nunez has 35 goal contributions in 37 matches. So either he scores or assists pretty much every single game that he plays. He has 32 goals in 37 games and 3 assists as well. What a brilliant return. And Fabrizio Romano said that the Liverpool target Darwin Nunez is prepared to leave Benfica this summer, and even the asking price is named. So Darwin Nunez is prepared to leave in the summer. This is what Fabrizio Romano is saying. The price tag is around 75 million euros, which I think rules Liverpool out. We won't pay, that's like 60 million pounds. We won't pay 60 million pounds for a striker like that. Maybe 50 million would be more feasible. But credit also to Benfica. Fabrizio Romano is saying that they refused a 45 million euro offer in January to keep Darwin Nunez. I think that offer was from West Ham, and Darwin Nunez is only 22 years old, so he has the world at his feet. He is also from Uruguay, and he is a very tall striker, 187 centimeters tall, but he is also very, very fast. And of course this is his breakthrough season, but last season wasn't too bad. He scored 14 goals in 44 matches, so he's not an injury prone player. And before that he played for Almeria in the Spanish second division, scoring 16 goals in 32 games as well. And there is a growing understanding that a number of top clubs in Europe will be interested in the prospect of signing Darwin Nunez, one of the great young talented strikers in world football. And Liverpool are reportedly one of the sides who could be tempted by the talent of Darwin Nunez. Of course, his latest performance and Jurgen Klopp seeing firsthand what a great striker Darwin Nunez is, it's certainly a solid advertisement for him and his abilities. But as I said, this 65 million pound asking price, we need to negotiate that down if we are to realistically try to sign him, because I can't see Liverpool paying 60 million for Darwin Nunez, 50 million at most. So it's somewhat difficult to see our recruitment team actively pursuing Darwin Nunez, unless of course we manage to sell either Mane or Firmino in the summer for a big transfer fee. And remember, all 3 of our front players plus Naby Keita's contract is running out in 2023, so Liverpool need to make big decisions in the summer on who to sell and who to buy. And even before the Liverpool-Benfica game, when Jurgen Klopp was asked about Darwin Nunez, he had a glowing reference to him and his abilities. He He has Darwin Nunez is a good-looking boy and a decent player as well. He's really good, I have to say. I knew him before, of course, but he played pretty much in front of me with these tough battles with Ibrahim Konate. He's physically strong, he's quick, he was calm around his finish when he finished the goal off, and good. He's a really good player. Obviously, how you say in this situation, if he stays healthy, it's a big career ahead of him, and not many players score home and away. Playing against Liverpool in 2 games, he got 2 goals, and it could have been 4. When was the last time a player scored 4 goals in 2 games against Liverpool? I can't really remember. Yes, 2 of them were as offside, but still, it was very marginal. And Liverpool could have been out if Darwin Nunez, all of his goals would have been given by VAR. So it was marginal, but thankfully Liverpool are through. So let me know, what do you make of these rumors that Darwin Nunez is heading to maybe the Premier League? He also changed agents recently, and that usually happens when a player wants to force through transfer. And James Pearce has also pointed to the absence of Virgil van Dijk and that clear vulnerability that Liverpool have defensively where Virgil van Dijk is not playing. If any proof was needed that the high line is much more vulnerable without Virgil van Dijk, his reading of the game and the leadership and also his recovery pace, then this game was clearly the biggest proof. And of course, Jurgen Klopp also pointed out that this was the first time that this back 4 played together pretty much, so they weren't used to, you know, playing together many times. But thankfully we got through. But Benfica were very threatening on the break against Liverpool's high line because Virgil van Dijk was not playing. And also, I really love the CBS Champions League coverage with Jamie Carragher, Michael Richards and Thierry Henry. And Thierry Henry was a very good pundit. He said that Liverpool's high line at 3-1 was pretty crazy, and Jamie Carragher was not happy about it. Definitely, you can't play like that against Villarreal, Thierry Henry said. You can't do those mistakes. I mean, the job was done, but you don't want to see that. As a coach, I'm sure Jurgen Klopp will address that, and we know it won't be the same back 4 against Villarreal. But that's twice now at Anfield, losing against Inter and briefly against Benfica. But Liverpool are through, but they have to be careful in the next round. We definitely have to play better against Villarreal, but you also have to consider that this was pretty much Liverpool's second team. Jurgen Klopp made 7 changes to the regular starting lineup, and Liverpool also can say that we have pretty much the whole squad fresh and ready to go for the Man City match, and Man City can't say that. They have Kevin De Bruyne injured, Kyle Walker injured. It's not sure that they will be fit for the FA Cup semi-final, and they played a grueling 100 minutes, 105 minutes against Atletico Madrid, and also there was fighting in the tunnel and on the pitch and all kinds of shenanigans going on. It was pretty crazy. I loved every minute of it, I will be honest. I turned over to the match even during the Liverpool-Benfica game on a stream. I watched it on a second monitor, and it was a brilliant game. The second half, Atletico Madrid had the numbers on Man City, they just couldn't finish their chances, and Man City didn't play well at all. So let's hope that they carry that over to the FA Cup semi-final, and let's hope that Liverpool can knock them out. Man City will be more tired and exhausted, and Liverpool hopefully can keep this high frenetic tempo up for another 90-95 minutes, and it will be an advantage that Liverpool could rest some players against Benfica. And do you know what is absolutely mind-blowing to me? That Konate has the same amount of Champions League knockout stage goals in the last 5 seasons as Neymar and Harry Kane. That's 2 knockout goals in 5 seasons. Harry Kane and Neymar really should have done better in knockout stage games. I mean, look at Karim Benzema. He just this season has 7 goals in 4 knockout games in the Champions League, and I imagine it's a lot more in the last 5 seasons how many Benzema scored in knockout stage games, but you know, Konate was brilliant in both games. He scored in both games against Benfica, and basically his goals helped Liverpool knock Benfica out, so that's absolutely brilliant. And also we have huge news. RMC Sport is reporting, this is breaking news as I record this video, that Kevin De Bruyne and Kyle Walker is ruled out. They are ruled out of Liverpool Man City FA Cup semi-final match on the weekend, and Kevin De Bruyne could miss up to or even more than 10 days. So he will not only miss the FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool, he will also miss league games against Brighton and Watford. To be honest, I expect Man City to win those games as well. But for Kevin De Bruyne to miss the Liverpool game is really significant, because Kevin De Bruyne right now is the most informed player for Manchester City. And Kyle Walker also suffered an ankle injury, and of course there will be additional examinations by the doctors to determine exactly how long he will be out for. But of course we also have to wait for Pep Guardiola's press conference and see whether he confirms these reports or what kind of injury updates he is going to give. But it's really significant that Man City won't be able to field their best team on the pitch, because yeah, Kyle Walker and Kevin De Bruyne are both in Man City's best starting 11. They played against Liverpool recently, so for them to get injured really alters a little bit how strong Man City will be against Liverpool. And as I said, I don't really wish injury on anyone, but it's good news for Liverpool from a Liverpool point of view. And Michael Owen criticized Naby Keita after the Liverpool-Benfica game. He said that Naby Keita goes wandering into areas that he really shouldn't. He did this twice during the game, and it's the second time that this man, Naby Keita, goes wandering. He doesn't need to move there. He's protecting areas, and he almost vacates the area that he needs to protect. And all of a sudden you've got two players in the box from Benfica, and then Liverpool got turned, and then they are in trouble running back to their goal, and that's how Liverpool conceded the second Benfica goal. And according to Michael Owen, Keita was at fault for the first Benfica goal and then again for the second goal as well, doing a similar thing. I need to rewatch the highlights to confirm that, but I just wanted to share Michael Owen's opinion. I think Naby Keita played pretty well, and he will definitely learn from that. And do you buy Pep Guardiola saying that Man City are in big trouble? He said, and I quote Pep Guardiola here, "We are in big trouble. We can't forget, we played 3 days ago against Liverpool, and then we traveled to Madrid. We have come here, we have a lot of injuries now, and I don't know what will happen in the next few weeks. But if there is a squad who can cope with injuries and suspensions and tired players, it's Man City's £1 billion worth, super mega rich squad, where basically they have like £300 million worth of benches in most of the games. Something that most teams can't even the starting 11 that expensive, never mind a bench. So I don't buy Pep Guardiola saying this. I think it's just mind games for Liverpool to underestimate Man City, but I don't think we will. But certainly I think this is an advantage for Liverpool. If we can play at a very high tempo for the full 90 minutes, a full throttle, hopefully Man City will tire in the second half, and hopefully we can win the game. And also Michael Richards said something interesting after the Man City-Liverpool draw on the weekend. I think deep down Jurgen Klopp will be satisfied with the draw, because it keeps the pressure on Man City. Liverpool have the harder fixtures, but if City had scored at the end, then it takes the difference to 4 points, and they would have gone in that dressing room and said, okay, we might not win, but we must not lose. It's imperative that you do not lose this game. You have to approach every game completely different. We know if you give Man City the time and space, they will punish you. So to come away with a 2-2 draw from the Etihad, I think the majority of Liverpool fans would be happy with that result. And Liverpool took the game to Man City, and City did the same, and that's why it was so good. And I agree actually that I think it's advantage Liverpool when it comes to the title race, just because of as I said, that Man City are playing every 3 days, very hard fixtures. And yes, Liverpool VRL will be very hard, but I think Man City Real Madrid, those games will be even harder for Man City than the VRL games will be for Liverpool in terms of the physical and mental aspects. Man City will be stretched to the absolute limit, but the Liverpool squad will be stretched to the absolute limit. But what is very crucial is that the Liverpool squad is healthy, fully fit. For the first time in years, we are facing a grueling schedule with a fully fit squad. There are no injured players, only tired players at Liverpool, and Man City have a few injuries already. So let's see what happens in the next few weeks. But I'm already rubbing my hands, and I'm hoping and praying that Man City will slip up and drop points in the Premier League, because then Liverpool can pounce. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.